Why am I the only one?
What's up, chat? Welcome back to our final official episode of How Does This Affect LeBron's Legacy? And today we've got a special guest. We've got a special guest. It's Sean. It's Sean, the middle-aged divorced dad.
I'm not gonna say my last name.
Say your last name.
Common Dan Hall.
Yeah. And then your usual suspects. There's me.
No one cares about you. There's a reason we're in the woods when we do this.
Okay. Anyways, there's me. There's
Spencer.
And
Fallen.
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 Say that you love me. Fool me. Go on and fool me. Pretend that you love me. Just say that you need me.
Today's topics are. What's your topic?
Finland drugs and Nazi drugs.
And Colin, your topic?
Well, you gotta let Sean go, right? Or was there?
I'm doing the Finland drugs.
Yeah, he's on the Finnish part. I'm on the
They're
Nazi
working
part.
together. They're working together.
I'm doing unique adaptations that different animals have that I feel like speaking about today.
And I'm doing
Real.
the impact of sports on. No,
That's
I'm doing
crazy.
the impact
Failure.
of technology on sports. I apologize. My brain's kind of fuzzy.
Yeah, we've been out here for so long. We're all
We've
tired.
been out here for like at least 2 hours.
No, it's been longer than that. Me and Sean showed up. Me and Sean showed up.
Yeah,
We've been waiting on me and Colin
yeah, that's true.
because AP Psych exam was being
Yeah, I was about to
stupid.
say.
When is college board not dumb though?
It
There's
wasn't-
always one AP exam. Last year it was
stupid AP line test took forever.
genuinely. I don't know. The psych one took like.
Will you put that away?
No. Anyways,
He has a weapon.
we're gonna stop talking. Time
He
to
has a
get
weapon.
into our first topic.
Yeah, we have 4
Spencer.
people today.
Spencer,
We normally
Sean,
like barely go
take it
over
away.
the time, so we actually gotta
All right.
get a roll on crap.
Get out of here, man. All right. So, in the early stages of World War II, specifically 3 months in, on November 30th, 1939, the Soviet Union would invade Finland. They did
Where's
this.
Finland?
I don't know my geography. Okay.
Scandinavian Peninsula. Get it right.
That's kind
Yeah.
of crazy.
I don't.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know that.
Whatever.
I'm not a geography person.
Okay. So, they invaded Finland with the purpose of acquiring land
Keep talking.
to
Sean's getting whipped by Parker. Can you
That's
keep
kind of
that?
crazy. That
I'm
is kinda
gonna-
crazy,
I'm
not
gonna-
gonna lie.
okay,
I'm not
whatever.
like that, bro.
Whipping one ball Sean is crazy.
Okay. Unnecessary.
All right. Anyways, back to it.
Just because he
Um,
lost
um,
the football. We have.
Okay. Right. Finland. Okay. The Soviet Union invaded Finland with the aim of safeguarding Leningrad. Yeah.
Lost your privileges.
We got
Leningrad.
from you, Sean.
Leningrad. Whatever.
Leningrad, yeah.
That one. Because it would Finland had like an opening to it, so if they take a bit of Finland, it kind of fully closes it off. They assumed it would be like relatively easy because, as you probably know, Russia is pretty cold, and so is
Really?
Finland. So
Are they
if-
really? How cold? Do you know how cold?
pretty cold.
Pretty cold.
Sub-Zero.
We're
Sub-Zero, like the guy from Mortal Kombat.
Yeah.
So,
like Scuffle Free.
Since they're both really cold, the Russians kind of have like they're in a familiar territory, so it'd be
Actually, it might be
easy.
copyrighted. Hold
And
on.
like they wouldn't have a Napoleon where they just walk into the winter and then die. Except for the fact that
That's crazy.
the
There's only
Finland,
person that we didn't get
the Finnish
copyrighted.
army kind of was prepared for the snow though.
Oh yeah.
For
the
like
iCarly
Finland's,
song. Outro.
I guess, makeup is of a lot of
Or was it the
snowy
intro? It was the
slopes
intro.
and mountains.
Yeah.
And the Finnish army used that to advantage because they teach their soldiers, obviously, like how to shoot a gun and whatnot. Then they teach them how to ski, and then they teach them how to ski and shoot guns.
But do you go on the skis?
I guess you.
Do you
Whatever.
think they like get on the ice and shoot and that like
Bang,
propels
bang,
them
bang,
backward?
No, they just they ski
Well, that's
down
what
the
they go down,
mountains,
yeah,
guns
they
in
go
hand, just go down,
You know,
literally
maybe
like
rock
fly
fire
past
out.
their enemies, shoot at them.
Back from the front. Okay.
And as such, they're pretty hard to hit because they're a bunch of Finnish people flying down a mountain while shooting you. You probably aren't going to be able to hit them very well.
My
Mine's
grandfather's
pretty good.
Finnish.
Mine's pretty good.
I don't care. He's Finnish.
That's kind of crazy.
So while that tactic was pretty good, and it was actually really effective in the end of this Winter War, which was the official name, Finland lost well, Finland had.
Winter Wonderland.
Well,
Fin-
no winter.
It's kind of crazy. The joking is crazy. Keep going. This happens.
Yeah, this
Finland had
You haven't been here for the past 3 podcasts.
70,000 70,000 casualties,
Those are the nut topics.
while the Soviet Union had about a little bit more than 4 times that, with 321,000 casualties to 381,000 casualties.
That's a lot of casualties.
That's a lot of,
Okay, buddy.
that's a lot of casualties.
You need to remove yourself.
So while those tactics did help them a lot, there was another thing they had. So, like, say you were a Finnish person joining the Finnish army. You'd be given your rifle, which is typically a Mosin Nagant, doesn't really
Can
matter.
we finish this podcast already?
That's kind of crazy, Greg.
It's a Mosin Nagant, actually.
Fine.
1895.
My bad. That's the proper name. Whatever. Probably like a pistol, and then, like, obviously your uniform. But on top of that, you'd also be given Perseven. Yeah,
What's that?
Is it Pervitin?
Pervitin.
Pervert.
You?
No.
Pervitin,
Yeah, he's the one with the...
which
no,
was
I can't
a
say
small
Is she singing, or
bit
is she just-
of a it was a methamphetamine. So
The meth was.
yeah, so each soldier would get their own little pill of meth, and then if you got to lock
the guy,
in,
the guy who took like a bunch of meth and
he
killed a bunch of
did.
people.
He's not a sort of. He killed a
John's
log.
getting to that, so if you can quit interrupting him.
Okay, yeah. So you'd each be given a little pill of meth, and then if there's a time you gotta lock in, and you like, if you start getting tired,
Achilles?
don't. Simply take the pill. You're alert now. You're locked in. You ain't sleeping. What sleep? Now you be skiing even harder. You be aiming even harder.
You be
Huh?
UV rays?
UV rays.
Sean, are you got, what was that one sniper? I forget his name. The White Death, the dude who's responsible for like 300 plus confirmed kills on meth. Do you know?
I don't know, but he did get a lot. The White Death. Look him up. He was pretty cool. Also Finnish. He was also like 5'4", so like he was short as hell. But
Hey!
sorry,
Yeah, sorry, Parker.
I'm sorry, Miss
Sorry,
Pierce.
Parker.
Sorry, Miss Pierce.
Miss Pierce.
Miss Pierce is gonna listen to it.
Yeah, this is PG-13 though, so we're chilling. We can say
Wait,
that.
what did
Well,
we say?
He's, what?
HE double hockey stick.
Yeah, he said
My
short.
bad,
It's not
my
allowed.
bad.
It is, I'm kidding.
Yeah, he's, you're acting like we couldn't do it. It's just we haven't in any podcast episode before.
Yeah, we've been keeping it as clean as possible.
So, as could be imagined,
It's better
just
than the twin
popping
podcast with
uphill
Eli.
Oh,
and
yeah,
suddenly
no,
locking
these
in
dogs
was a
are
bit of an
out half the
advantage
time.
to
No,
the
he
Finns.
It's crazy.
Even if
They had to
in the
leave
end they
it.
did end up losing that, but that's because they were forced into a peace treaty, so
once.
that they gave up a little bit of territory.
You said it twice.
But later there was another war where they tried to get it back, and they kind of did. Yeah, just kind of a cool story. One of the story of a soldier whose name I don't quite remember, but I do remember him for what he did, which was
What do you do?
He was-
What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do
okay.
you do?
So he was a Finnish soldier, as I was talking about.
Are you talking about the meth?
And yes, I'm talking about the mustard. And so,
Mustard?
as mentioned, each soldier was given a ration of Pervitin.
Ketchup.
But some of the soldiers in that guy's platoon,
Walk around a bit.
they liked it a little bit too much. And they'd
they were
sometimes,
addicts.
they just start taking it when they shouldn't. They were a little bit, they be drank. They be drank. So they were like, okay, that guy, he doesn't like it, and he's not addicted to it, so he'll hold on to it. Yeah, okay. So on one time, they were skiing, with him and his boys were skiing, and then, ambush. That's not good. So they start scattering, they start going everywhere. He's firing like crazy. He's realizing, okay, this is looking pretty bad. We're all kind of,
Okay, buddy.
I need to get out of here, so I'm going to take a Pervitin, right? I'm going to take a little pill and I'm going to be good, okay? The issue, though, as he put it in his breast pocket, to keep it, he got like a bottle, he put all of the pills in like a bottle and he put it in his breast pocket, because, keep it safe. The issue
Is
is,
it safe?
Get in the frame, Spencer. We're being weird.
Colin's not even whatever. So the issue was, as he was, shooting, he was slowly warming up his pocket, particularly, which made the the Pervitin melt a little bit, but it's Finland, so it's really cold, as I mentioned. So once he stopped shooting, because eventually he just kind of ran out of ammo, it congealed again. So when he went to go take one pill, he pulled out a massive clump of mess and was just like, well, I'm going to die anyway. And he pops the entire thing, and he kind of, oh.
That's crazy.
My Chromebook.
I closed it, don't worry.
So he pops it, he sees God, as you could say, and then he blacks out. But then, like, a few hours later, he wakes up, still skiing, by the way. He lost his rifle, doesn't know where that guy went.
Yeah, if you black out, I assume you're gonna lose something.
Yep,
Really?
rifle gone.
No, I blacked
He doesn't
out.
know where he is. Sure, he, like, knows, obviously he's a Swedish resident, but, like, even he doesn't know where he is right now. Probably the mess isn't helping. But you know what? He was
Meth always
told
helps.
how to ski, so he's gonna keep skiing in the direction where he thinks his boys are. He's like, they're probably in that direction. Why are
Around
we?
some.
Yeah, you can't just
I
stay
said
there. You
walk
can't be
around, not
stagnant.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't know I was
Yeah.
supposed to be moving or whatever.
I don't have to.
You can't
Like,
be
it's an
stagnant.
interactive
That's
and
lame.
no
Fine.
No one wants to
That's
watch
lame.
someone just
Come on.
stand
Yeah, the whole
there.
reason we video is because me and Colin are like too monotone, so we have to like.
Yeah, so
Okay,
you
fine.
walk around
Fine.
there.
Okay,
It's
I
like
get that.
schmack.
Man, I'm gonna. Okay.
You finna do what?
I was about to say, just like,
I'm finished
Whatever.
with cheese, you.
I'm gonna get you. Okay, so. You mean Finnish cheese?
okay, buddy.
cause-
Shut up.
Keep talking,
It's like a
keep
play on
talking,
word.
keep talking.
Okay, so he doesn't know where his boys are, but he has like a general direction. So he's like, I'll just ski in that general direction. So he goes for many nights and many days just skiing because, as mentioned, the mess makes you hyperactive. So if you take all of it, well,
Absolutely.
you gotta be moving. Issue though, as he be moving, he runs. So, I guess for context,
Spencer,
Since the
this is
US
your topic too. Get in here and talk.
no. He's talking about the other thing after
We have
it.
more than 18 minutes.
Yeah, he can talk to his heart for life.
My heart's still okay. Whatever. So, so as I mentioned, that the USSR is not USSR, technically the Soviet Union here. They're the ones who invaded Finland.
The
As
Soviet
such,
Union is the USSR. Are you
well,
sorry?
I thought they would have different names.
No, it's the same thing.
Whatever. Okay, so
The Soviet Union and the USSR.
I thought that was like a different name. Or like a
It's a
different.
different name for the same thing.
Oh, well, okay, fine. Whatever. So
You can
they
call
were
them
the
Russians,
invading force.
Soviets, the USSR, Soviet Union.
Spencer, you're supposed to be like
No,
a
no,
main
no.
person on this podcast, and you've been in frame for maybe not even 5 minutes. How about you get in here?
This is his
Sean's
thing.
taking his place. for
Okay,
now.
okay.
That's
So
Look, I'm tired.
as such,
I'm on the
they
verge of
fortified.
vomiting.
They hid traps all around the mountains.
Yeah, but you're weak.
And typically, when you're with your boys and you
Yeah,
know
I'm
where
still
you
again.
are and your information,
You're not
you know where those traps are.
I have been.
But your enemies don't. Issue though, he blacked out because he took too much mess, and now he's in the middle of nowhere, and he don't know where those
No,
traps
he was
are.
in heaven.
He wasn't
Real.
having for a split second. He
He
was
definitely
there.
was. He definitely was.
Issue though, bro be skiing. Landmine. He blows up. Okay, he
Real.
gets knocked
Wait, Colin,
down.
get on this side.
Turns out, no more leg. Leg gone. Leg gone. Thing is though, he ain't feel that though, because as I mentioned, the copious amounts of mess running through.
Kinda crazy.
Why are we just?
Just keep talking. Keep talking.
Keep going,
Um,
buddy. Keep going.
Okay, so leg gone. He don't feel that pain though, cause of the mess.
Sean, are you on math?
John, yeah, what's going
I'm being rocked, man. Call me Queen, cause no wait, who said it? We will.
That's Queen.
Will. It is Queen. Yeah. Call this Queen the way I be rocking, the way it be rocking me.
It's called Us Clean the way we be rocking you, bro.
Type.
Keep talking.
I was rocked too hard. I forgot. Yeah. So landmine blows his leg off. Blows his leg off. Don't feel that mess. I repeated that too much. Whatever. He's good though. He's a-okay. Not for the movement part though. But like, he ain't feel nothing. So he just starts crawling now. I mean, bro's just in the snow, just sort of crawling now because not much else he can do. And eventually he stumbles across a cabin, and that's great. Bad thing though, there's some Soviets inside the cabin, and they've taken up a bit of shelter, and he has no leg. Well, he has one leg. He's tripping.
One leg fin.
and he's got like no weapons.
I think this is the second time you tried that on camera.
So, what's the guy to do? Well, this might not be true given, the circumstances he's in, but he said he had like a spoon that he was given as like a utensil because, when you get the package, you get all your stuff and some utensils. What? And he uses the spoon and he kills both of the guys. We don't really know
He's Rambo. He's
how he does that though, so good for him. Or maybe they never existed. Why would I say they never existed? Because after he got done with that, and he was chilling in the cabin after he cleared it of the Russians, he hears something outside.
What did he hear?
Well, a bit of a rustling and a bit of growling. So he turns and, bear. Big old bear. So, if you've been following the story, you can probably guess what he does. He attacks the bear, and he starts going with his spoon, and he's hitting the bear, and he's winning. He's winning the fight.
Real?
Yes, a spoon.
No,
He's
no,
using
spoon?
no.
Okay.
He's using a spoon. He's hitting the bear. He's winning. The bear is dead. Yay! He won. Up. It's a log. It wasn't a bear. It was a log. He killed the log, though. Good for him.
trees are
He
living
killed
things.
that log.
Wrestling in the bush.
Why
I
are you
mean, right,
trying
Colin?
to? I mean,
Trees are living things, so he technically did win
He
against
The
someone.
did.
log is already kind of dead, though.
But is it fully dead?
I heard
Anyway,
a log rustling in the bush.
He kills the log.
It's kind of creepy.
So,
right?
log has been killed. Yay, he won. Boom, there we go.
Yes!
I forgot to mention he found something and he managed to kind of stop the bleeding on his leg. Sort of. Not really, but it'll do. Probably the mess is helping him too.
Matters.
He blacks out again for, you could say, the blood loss, because of the meds, because of the whatever. He blacks out, he wakes up, and there's actually two
The sun
people.
is really bright. Oh my god, it is.
Okay, so blacks
Wake up
out.
in a sewer.
Afternoon.
He's a bunch of fish.
We're not talking about the fish.
Wild.
So, he wakes up to the sound of footsteps, and then, oh, look at that. It's his buddies. They're looking at him, and they're like, you're alive?
How did you survive?
How did you live? So, turns out, bro was many miles off course. They just assumed he died. They were literally searching for him. Well, actually, no.
W friends.
They gave up searching for him, but they were going out to look for the Russians.
Yeah.
And on that patrol, they happened to find... They gave up on him, because, it's been multiple days. They think he's dead. The last they saw him, he was, gunfire was raining down on him. It was not looking good. And then, he's gone. So they assume he's really dead, because, how could he live? So as they're scouting for the Russians, they come across him, and they're just like, well, okay.
Telling my man, you still
So,
What providence is this?
they get him, they take him back, they patch him up somewhat, and then he kind of continues the fight. He just is like, okay, gonna keep doing it.
Average Finnish story from World War II.
Eventually, though, because, with the
The
force,
story's finished?
it's not finished yet.
Okay. Why did it take me a moment to realize?
With the,
This reminds me of a joke made in the Minecraft movie.
No, we're not free of
no,
the.
no,
You are not
no.
Steve. You are not Jack
no,
Black.
it's not Steve, it's not
Bring
Steve.
Get him out of
Can I
here.
help you? Wait, no, wait. I don't want to talk about the finish. But I talk about the finish. Okay, right.
So
As I
reptiles
was
are pretty
saying
cool with
about my
guys.
joke.
while they're in the
It's
back.
when this lady in a village
like-
are out on a date, and the waiter
I don't
comes
know
up
what
and says, "Are
little
you
bird's talking,
finished?"
though. I'm not gonna
And the
lie.
lady's like,
Reptiles are
"No, I
pretty
think
cool.
he's Swedish." It's a great joke.
Is it in reference to the fact that
No, it's-
Minecraft is made by...
Yes.
So we'll get to
Swedish
some cool stuff about them later, don't worry.
But we're not
Rainbow
talking
now.
about the
That's all you
Swedes.
get
We're talking about the Finns. Okay,
Actually, Swede.
so. Oh. Whatever.
No, it is Swedish. I'm just talking about the actual thing. You know suede, like suede leather.
Alright, bro, shut up. Let's try and talk.
Okay, so with the forced, I guess, giving up of the, because they were forced to sign a peace
I'm mad. I
treaty,
didn't
which
hear any May the 4th be with
caught
you
up some
jokes. I'm
land,
not
which
gonna
gave up
lie.
some land. He retired. He married the love of his life.
W.
He had a few children, and he lived to be 80. he was also like 20 when he
Sean
joined.
could never have children.
So
He
I'm pretty sure
I
Bro
can.
accurately can.
only-
How would you know?
How would you know?
How would you know?
how would you know, bro?
How would you know? How would you know?
It was a joke!
No, there are questions that need answering.
Mm.
These are an emotion that cannot be undone.
So yeah, how did he live to 80? I don't know. Maybe it was the mess. Maybe it still kept in the system and kept
Do
him
you think
going.
it was his genetics?
I guess. Maybe.
Genetics.
I mean, biology's pretty
Genetics.
cool. Now that we're talking about genetics. Now that we're talking about genetics.
Okay, but
We're not talking about genetics. We're not talking about genetics.
that was my story. The Finnish during World War II and their
Debate.
drug use. Now we got Spencer! Whoa!
Spencer!
Yeah!
Okay, so staying in World War II, talking about the Nazis, they were also a bit of, they were some addicts, but only for methamphetamines.
What do you call a German who can't see? A Nazi. Ah, oh, fuck.
Anyways, most drugs were considered, like, if you took them, like, you were a weakling. I mean, this is Nazi Germany. They're all about strength and superiority. But, you know, because most drugs, they, like knock you out. They make you unaware and whatnot. You know, they overall bring your, like, well-being down. Not to say that meth doesn't, but it also promotes hyper-awareness, and you
with
become
that
more
NPC.
vigilant. So, like, isn't that kind of like ADHD, where you're hyper-aware or whatever?
Mhm.
So they were basically
Kinda.
on the ADHD pill, I guess. And because it promoted hyper-awareness, they were like, yeah, meth is
Sean, you
fine. The tiny, I mean,
Hey,
it's a small pill.
Shot's kind of crazy, bro.
Man.
Shot's kind of crazy.
Parker used ice attack. It was super effective. It was the only, like, meth was the only acceptable drug in Nazi Germany for those reasons. It was also known as the Germany awake pill because of those reasons.
Say it in German.
Deutschland, something, I don't know what awake is. Deutschland Morgen, I guess.
Don't come at me next time.
Deutschland morning. I don't know, man. It also, what meth did, the abilities it granted you, played into the Aryan's roles of, like, ideals of, like, superiority, which is kind of funny. I mean, I don't know why the Nazis were so on the Aryans, considering all of their, like, important people were about as far as you can get from being Aryan, but I won't get into that unless, like, someone here wants me to.
What's that even mean?
Aryan?
Yeah.
Or what?
That's
So
what
Aryan
they
is, like...
Sorry guys, my yacht's premium only.
They believe to be the best, except like none of them were actually Aryan, so it was sort of like a little.
Yeah, no, it was kind of funny.
But I am the best.
No, you're not.
You watch it,
Good
pal!
timing on that, bro.
If anything,
They're
you're...
timing on
None of us
that.
are Aryans here, honestly. Like, if you want to go by their...
Ariel?
yeah.
Wait, no,
Going by the Nazis,
Jasmine.
going by the Nazis' definition, I'd be the closest one here, but like that's about
But
it.
you ain't blonde, though.
No, but I'm the closest one here to being Aryan.
Wow.
But I am Ariel.
But
Can you see his long, luscious red hair? Come on.
Yeah, basically, to be considered Aryan, you had to be, if you were a man, you had to be like 6 feet tall. You had to have blonde hair and blue eyes. You know, kind of what the typical, stereotypical German looks like today, honestly, which is kind of funny. But they also, like, you had to be smart, you had to be athletic, you had to be all sorts of these things. That's why I'm saying I'm the closest one here, because I'm the only one that's like near 6 feet, other than maybe Sean. I don't know how tall are you, Sean?
5'10".
About 6,
You were not 5'10".
I'm fine, 5'9".
It's about
Yeah.
6.
So I'm probably like the closest one here, but I'm getting sidetracked. They just liked that meth like made you hyper aware, and they're like, yeah, you can use it because it made you quote unquote superhuman, which, you know, goes with the Aryan stuff. You know, stuff like that. At first, it was called Pervitin because the scientist who named it. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's what the Time magazine told me. That some dude made it in 1930s Germany after he saw some, I think it was an American or something at the 1936 Olympics was using it.
What are you, Eminem in a rap video, Sean? What are you doing?
Yeah, he is. He's literally him.
Call me Eminem the way
And,
I be Eminem.
I don't know how you say his name. It might be like Ranka or something. He was a German, and he was a German. Can you pay attention, please?
Yeah, I'm listening.
Okay, kill yourself. And this one officer, Rank, I don't know how you pronounce it, said that Pervitin could get you going, like keep you awake and vigilant and active for 36 to 50 hours.
Why are you doing 2?
Without having to sleep. So, that's a very long time, isn't it, Colin?
Huh?
Going for 36 to 50 hours just straight working, no
Yeah, that is
rest.
kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
Meth be doing crazy
Yeah,
things
I
for
started
you.
hallucinating around like 3
I don't.
days-ish.
I don't.
Like actual hallucination.
No,
Get
I
moving
don't.
it. Get moving in it.
Also,
Moving in
they,
it. Get moving in it.
Drowning in it.
Drowning
they
in
also used Pervitin for the...
Speaking about perverts, bro. He's trying to whip me!
Anyways, they used it in the Blitzkrieg when they were attacking Poland, because Blitzkrieg means lightning war. The whole purpose was, you get in your tanks and your machines, your vehicles of
Blitzkrieg,
war.
like Blitz from the hit game Rainbow Six Siege by
Yeah.
Tom
That's why they
Clancy.
called that, because
Yeah,
lightning. Because it means lightning.
I know, Sean.
Because
That's why I made the reference.
the shield to the
I know it
flashbang
is.
attached
It's
to it.
trash.
Like,
Yeah, it really is. But anyways, machines can go as long as they have fuel. Humans need to stop and rest. But not if you give them meth, because then they can go for 36 to 50 hours. So the Blitzkrieg moved even faster.
You should do a heel flip.
You should do a heel click, yeah.
I can't jump.
That's why it was so effective. It was said that Blitzkrieg relied on meth, and it could even be said that they were founded on meth. But anyways, that's all I have on the Nazis and the meth, and all Sean had on Finland and their drugs. So is it Colin up now?
Wait, I get to talk? Wait.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Wait. Okay, wait. This is a first.
Everyone's been waiting for
This
it.
is an actual first. Normally the history takes like longer than 30 minutes, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
It took
Yeah.
26
It
though.
Yeah, but he normally takes like over
Just
30 minutes.
Talk, monkey boy! Talk to the
Okay,
camera!
got it. Okay, got it. Okay, got it.
37 minutes.
I know.
He genuinely does. It's
Colin,
kind of fun. Like, I got cut off short last time.
Look at him, and he lovely.
Yeah,
Hey.
normally history is the largest section of the podcast.
Okay, and I don't feel like the biology will be that will be like overly long as well, because I was gonna talk about I was gonna talk about herpetology, but I feel like some of y'all have already heard enough about me talk about that. Not to mention I expected them to go on longer, and we were expected to have 5, but we have 4. So I was like, okay, I'll talk about like something that'll take slightly less time. So this Miss Pierce, this might be the first sub like 1 hour 50. Okay, it might not be as long as normal. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It might not be.
You're gonna talk for like.
It's gonna be over an hour, probably.
It's definitely. It might be our shortest one, but we had that one that was an hour.
Yeah, it
and
might
5.
be. It might be our shortest, but I think it'll still be over an hour, honestly.
Yeah, Parker, how long?
But like,
do you think
okay,
it'll
so
take?
that's why I didn't choose like an overly specific topic. I just kind of chose a general topic that I could just like cut off if we needed it, if we didn't really have the time by now. And so my topic, I don't remember if we said this or not.
I think we
My
did.
topic, yeah, we did. But my topic is just like unique adaptations that you can just kind of find with animals, and just some like unique facts about just like general stuff that like I don't necessarily know like too much about some of them. Like
Choo-choo? Like it's
It's really hot out here.
It
Like
kinda
the sun
is
is lowering
unironic,
because
but-
it's summer.
Summer's
and it
coming,
goes
bro,
down
and there's
so
not
much
as
slower.
much breeze.
Summer, like the person in our class.
And they haven't really
Kids till
cut
summer
around
without
like
alcohol
the
poisoning.
woodsy area.
No,
So
but
we haven't really
it's-
like run around.
It's
as
like
much.
7 o'clock right now, or like 7:20. It's
Yeah.
really late, and the sun still isn't
For
down,
real.
and so we're all hot and we're all sweaty.
Anyways, so like something just
Were you
interesting
trying
that I
to
don't know
smack
exactly
me?
why. There's like something in it, but like squirrel skulls glow like pink or whatever, which is kind of interesting. I can't remember exactly why I heard it a long time ago. But there's something interesting that you might not know about squirrels. Anyways,
I see squirrels on my day to school every. I see squirrels
I
on
think
my
I'd
way
be
to
more
school.
concerned if you didn't. Unironically, there's
Well,
so many
yeah,
squirrels.
I
in
do
the
walk
area.
to school, so.
Like, I'll just talk about like general stuff, I guess.
He's talking, man.
Did you know that giraffes are one of the only they're the only animal that's born with
No,
horns?
Sean. I go one way, you go the other.
Okay, yeah, like what are we doing? Like the
No, you stay still.
You
Colin.
stay still.
oh, okay. But like giraffes are the only animals that are actually born with horns. And another thing about giraffes is they like are most animal like they're similar to a lot of like other like somewhat big and tall animals that they just kind of are born knowing like how to walk. Not to mention, I'm sure you've always like wondered how animals like giraffes and zebras can tell each other apart, concerning they all look really similar, but they actually tell each other apart by the smell, which is pretty
What do
interesting.
giraffes?
Yeah, giraffes and like other animals like zebras and
How
whatnot.
tall actually
The way-
are they? I've heard like they have like 40-foot necks, or they have like 12-foot necks, or what?
I honestly do not know because I'm not a big
pretty big.
giraffe person. They do be pretty big.
They'd be pretty big.
Spencer, your arms in Sean's
They'd be
lap.
about
It's
yay
kind of
high.
crazy. But like
Yay?
Yeah, about.
they unironically do be unnecessarily tall. I was about to say I wonder if they're predecessor of sauropods, but like technically they could be just like
I don't think they're
evolutionary
related to
wise, but they
dinosaurs.
shouldn't necessarily be related to sauropods because reptile and whatnot. But, like on another, sauropods were the largest animal to actually walk the earth and still are. Unironically, keyword walked. I'm sure there's bigger creatures that have been out there in the ocean and whatnot.
You don't move your arms.
But like some other interesting stuff is something that I like briefly went over in it was either the last one or the one before last. It's like Komodo dragons, so there's like that controversy over stuff, and just like it's not really bacteria for the most part, but like the
I put them
way
on a leash.
wild the way Komodo dragons hunt and whatnot is what they'll normally do is one of the reasons it's still like kind of controversial is the fact that what happens is the area that Komodo dragons hunt, you've seen them like hunt like water buffalo and crap, right?
How big
And so
are
what-
Komodo dragons?
Pretty big.
They're the largest reptile
I mean, they're
alive right
dragons.
now.
They're like.
No.
Saltwater crocs.
Yeah, I was about to say crocodiles and
They're
whatnot.
dragons,
But like
they're
they're the
pretty
largest monitor lizard. How about that? They're the largest monitor lizard alive right now.
Are they the largest
Agreed.
lizard or like
So
are they different types?
Unironically, when I grow up and I get my own house, I went to get a few tree monitor lizards.
Yes, they're not poisonous. They won't.
They're not
kill-
poisonous,
Okay,
and
their
tree
claws
monitor
are kinda
lizards are
dangerous,
super smart. It's really, it's
but
really
they're
awesome.
awesome though. But they're
Genuine.
awesome.
Oh, wait,
And they're
no,
one of the
genuine
few like
question.
actually social reptiles. Yeah.
Okay, so you said largest monitor lizard. Are monitor lizards the biggest type of lizard?
I
got suspended right now.
technically like crocodiles and whatnot.
Do they count as lizards though? Or are they just reptiles? I mean, the crocodilian is a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, a cake pop. Are there even any cake pop? That's great. That was a hit, bro. That was a hit.
Hey, Pop's kind
I don't know. Anyways, back to what I was talking about. Tree monitor lizards are like one of the few like social lizards.
Sorry to interrupt. We need to get Parker, like, he needs to get a job or something because me and Colin are always paying for him.
Hey,
Wild.
that's irrelevant.
he is a
That's
broke
irrelevant
boy.
to the podcast.
Don't say that word. Don't
But, like-
say the J word.
Don't say the J word.
Don't
Don't say the J word.
Miss Pierce, if you ever want like
Don't say
if you ever
the
want a
J word.
pet, like geckos are really good like starter pets. They say bearded dragons are, but they kind of need like specific, like they're really good starter pets as well, but they kind of need like specifications.
Yeah.
That like
One
some of the
head up
easier,
so they can
that like
see
some
you.
of the easier like reptiles don't
Why are you
really
looking at
have.
my
And
notes?
like if you want like, I'm not looking at your notes, bro. What? Anyways, and then if you want a snake, like a house, as funny as it seems, a house snake is actually really like is a really good like snake. It's kind of small. They're smart. They're not gonna be able to like cause like barely any damage. House snake. They're
What's a house
really
snake?
really good. Huh?
What's a house snake?
It's like a little. It's just a little small snake that's about like that much in width. I don't know if you want like. I don't know how to compare it.
Like the size of my ring.
Yeah, maybe a bit smaller. Honestly,
About
they're
this
like
size.
they're pretty small. They're kind of easy to take care of. They're not really gonna bite you. They're even if they do bite you, it's not really gonna do too much. They're a really good like starter snake to have.
Parker fell over.
As interesting as
I
it
got
seems,
dizzy.
boa constrictors are also like another really good starter snake. If you want like a big
A
snake,
boa?
is a
I had a ball
dwarf.
python.
Yeah, I was about to say is a dwarf.
You should get a ball python as your first snake if you get into it. You just actually
Real.
have to take care of it and don't let it.
Exactly.
Like what happened to mine? Mine died because it like got sick or something and it
Yeah.
starved itself.
Yeah.
Little bit of lore. You should not let your ball python starve.
What's it called? What's it called? Okay, buddy. But like another really good starter snake that a lot of
mean my
people don't
belt?
really like know iffy about is a what it's a dwarf
Okay, that's respect.
It's whatever like the biggest snake like alive today, right? And it's a dwarf version of that. And
So
they're
like
just,
a dwarf anaconda or whatever.
that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
The
It's a
anaconda's
dwarf
the
like
biggest.
anaconda. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a dwarf anaconda. But they're really
Can you bring
chill.
back
They're like
Titanoboa?
they're a really big size. Okay,
Snize.
they're really big size for people
they
who
snide?
want like a bigger snake. But they're like generally easy to take care of and just
Colin,
like
are
good
they
generally. Yes, but they're just generally like a good like starter pet.
Can we bring back
like,
the Titanoboa?
You
Snake.
block with
Could
your
we?
arm.
No, we should though.
Then,
I don't think we could.
once
It's too
they
big,
hit their
unironically.
arms like this,
It's like
watch,
it's only like a 50 foot long
De-extinction
snake.
was my last one.
Look,
Okay.
and
Look,
then
it's only 50 feet
sweep
long.
The leg,
Wild
boom,
only. They were
they're on
huge
the
though.
ground
unironically.
now, and you run away.
Okay, anyways, back to what I was talking about. So just like another cool fact is like, for example, my favorite lizard is the thorny devil lizard, and some pretty interesting stuff about that is the fact that it.
Some pretty interesting stuff about that.
You should,
It's the
give
fact
into the violence.
real is the fact that it's okay. It's first of all, it's covered in spikes. It's generally a desert.
Hence the name, right?
Yeah, it's thorny devil. Yeah, it's generally a like desert dwelling reptile. And so, obviously, there's not a lot of water to go around. And so, when they do find water, they have a really cool thing. And there's, like, grooves and channels along their body that the water will use capillary action to travel up. And it kind of brings it like straws to its mouth. Not to mention, it keeps it from evaporating quickly. And it allows it to just stain in the water and look around for predators while it's, like, actively drinking and storing the water, which is really cool and an amazing adaptation to have, especially in a place like the desert. Another cool thing is they have, like, I want to say it was, like, behind their neck. It's kind of, like, another, like, mass of, like, spikes and material and whatnot that makes it look like, it was either on its tail or, like, on the back of its neck or whatever. It makes it look like another head, and so they...
A thagomizer?
No. I know what you're talking about, though. The thagomizers are really cool. And
Are
it's
there
funny
any
because...
animals that have a thagomizer?
Huh?
Or no?
I'm pretty sure thagomizers are the, like, spike
They're the
killing of, like, a
spikes.
stegosaurus. Yeah.
What's the I thought the ankylosaurus, that might have just...
Ankylosaurus had the club tail. It was the stegosaurus that had the, whatever.
And the kentrosaurus.
Yeah, but those, like, area. Which another cool thing about the stegosaurus is the spines were actually more used to...
For, like, mating, right?
Well, yeah, obviously, it more than likely was unironically made anything bigger spikes better, obviously. Kind of like, there's a certain type of crab that has a really big claw that's completely unnecessary to it and actually detrimental to its own survival. But when they make it to adulthood with that big claw, it shows the females that don't have that big claw that they were, like, strong enough to survive to that extent, and so they're more likely to... Anyways, the, like, spines on the back of a stegosaurus were actually more so used to disperse heat because of the surface area, because it was such a large creature.
Is that the same for like the Spinosaurus, or was the sail just for like swimming?
There's genuinely so much controversy
Yeah, no,
behind the
Spinosaurus is going to get nerfed again. It's going to have like Alzheimer's
It's been theorized to help with swimming. It's been theorized to help with dispersing heat.
Have you seen that one picture? It's like, what if the Spinosaurus didn't actually have a spine, but it was just a massive connector to yeet lesser beings?
Wait. Is the Spinosaurus almost the ball on its tail, or is that the...
No, that's the Ankylosaurus.
Ankylosaurus, my goat. Sorry, Colin.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
Is it
That's
Ankylosaurus
fair.
or Ankylosaurus, or does it just depend on where you're from?
I've always called it an Ankylosaurus.
I've always said
it might be that. It might be two different species. It might just be like different in area and how it's called.
It might just be dialects. It's like newscasters speak with like a Midwest or something because that's like the clearest.
Exactly. But it's because of the surface area. They're able to release sources. They're able to release more heat from the
how does that work?
Spines on its back. So what your body does is, first of all, you're
I'm a human.
Yeah, but you naturally make like all creatures naturally make body heat. But the difference between a cold-blooded creature and a warm-blooded creature is we automatically make it all the time whenever. A cold-blooded creature needs a sort of start up per se, because when they go to sleep, they slow their metabolism. They slow everything down, which is why they're such good. Well, yeah, we do that, but they do it to such a degree.
No, I'm cold-blooded.
Wild. Anyways. But they do it to such a degree that it allows them to survive, like, extensive periods of just, like, horrible, like, conditions for themselves, which is also why reptiles are some of the most...
Adaptable?
Yeah, a lot of reptiles are some of the most adaptable.
What's your favorite reptile?
Thorny devil.
Yeah, you said that earlier.
Yeah.
Call it basic, but I like the saltwater croc.
That's fair. Crocodiles are always a good option, bro.
Look, crocodiles, bring back the, like, Dinosuchus. And the Saurosuchus?
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. The Dinosuchus is... Actually, I'm thinking of different ones.
I'm gonna beat you.
Anyways, back to what I was talking about.
You think Miss Pierce will comment on how we bully Parker?
Yes, I hope
She probably does.
I get like assaulted every day. It's not even just on this podcast. It's in class. It was at Olive Garden. It was at Barnes and Noble after Olive Garden. It's every day. It is every day.
Yap.
Shut up.
Listen to this yap session.
Wild. Anyways, I'll have to check that in a moment. What was I talking about? Anyways, you were asking why that is. And so, cold-blooded creatures, and what they do is they kind of need a startup. And so what they'll do is oftentimes they'll sit out in the sun, which you see a lot in reptiles, and that's because they need the warmth and the photons to actually create the electrons they need inside their body and the energy and the ATP that they need inside their body. And it acts as a startup, which is ATP is adenosine triphosphate. And what that is it's a what is it?
ATP, like the
It's an adenosine triphosphate, and what that is adenosine. And I definitely said an adenosine, and then like 3 phosphates on it. And the thing is these are, I'm pretty sure phosphate, they have negative, probably, I'm pretty sure it's a negative charge. It's on the right side of the periodic table. Anyways, it's 3 phosphates, but they're all next to each other, and so you have the adenosine, and then the
really close.
and then the phosphate, and then the phosphate, all like, and these 3 connected to each other, right? And so because of all the negative charge right here, this last phosphate is very unstable per se, and so when this phosphate breaks off, it releases a lot of energy. Which is how everything just like releases energy, and creates heat inside the body and whatnot. And so reptiles need the warmth from the sun to be able to start up that process, which is why afterwards they immediately go out and hunt so they can start up their metabolism, which will just expedite the process for the rest of the day.
Why is it only like cold-blooded creatures do that? Like, how do we start our own adenosine triphosphate process?
We naturally do it all the time. Like I said when I first started talking about it, cold-blooded creatures, the reason they actually need to do that is because they slow everything to such a degree that when they wake up, like everything is super slowed down.
If we slowed down more, we'd have the same issue.
Yeah, exactly. Because they don't create enough to like start up and be able to move as quick as their like max can be. And so, like I said, they spend their time out in the sun to warm their body up and get everything going, and then they go out and heat for the metabolism.
So like when you wake up and you're hungry and you haven't had anything yet and you're like really tired.
Genuinely, kinda, yeah.
Like me on the AP exam day, I didn't eat anything until those bananas.
Though.
On the 10-minute break, I had like 2 bananas, 2 juice boxes,
I
some
took
other
3
stuff.
AP exams. I took.
He took 5.
I know Colin took.
I took 5 and then an SAT.
I took
1, 3, 5.
And the SAT.
Sean took 2
that weekend.
No one cares.
Let's go, Sean!
The only AP exam I ate before was the stats one, because that's
You only ate before the only AP exam you ate was stats.
Why'd
you eat the paper?
It was tasty.
Wild.
You're not Oscar.
And so the more surface area it had, the more body heat you're actually able to release, which cools off gigantic creatures like that, which is why elephants have such big ears. Yeah, it's used because the like here, but it's also used to release all the heat from their body, which another cool thing. There's a fly. Another cool thing about elephants is they actually feel vibrations from miles away through the ground, through their big feet, which is actually kind of how they communicate with each other. They put their trunks on the ground and will vibrate them or whatever, and that's how they'll talk and locate water and tell each other about water and whatnot, and why they travel through such long distances to find water and whatnot. And so that's a really cool thing about elephants. And elephants also have a really amazing memory and whatnot. And I can't remember if it was elephants or monkey, some type of monkey or whatever.
Speaking
but
of
they
elephants,
eat charcoal.
Explain their trunks to me, because that's always confused me.
What about them?
Their trunks. Just
like what about them?
What's their function?
What's their function? Have you never seen an elephant, my brother?
No, I have.
Okay, so
like sometimes it gets
my turn. Let me get on
It's like
Parker.
what I
No.
It's like what I just said is one thing they do with
Brace
it.
yourself.
One thing.
Oh, don't lift me up, you freak.
One thing they do with it is they put it against the ground and vibrate it to a degree that allows them to talk to each other through vibrations in the ground from up to like miles upon miles
Sean,
away.
can you?
Another thing is they also obviously use it to collect food off of like higher areas and whatnot, and it's also extremely powerful because of all the muscles allowing them to actually access food and
Really?
use
I
it.
would like to point out all 4 of us have glasses. It's only because I got hit in the face last Friday, and I like bruised my nose. And I'm wearing glasses.
I've had glasses
He
since
lost his
2nd grade.
contact.
'Cause I'm
Same.
just blind.
Yeah, no. I was
Wild.
playing basketball, and some freshman hit me in the nose, and my right contact flew out.
Wild.
It was
Is
my
this
last
shooting
right
form-
contact.
Move, Colin. Is this shooting form for basketball good?
No. What is that?
It was Teak. Hold on. Let me give him a front view.
That's the move. That was right. LeBron's
Wild.
That's a peak
Wild.
basketball shot.
What is your shot like?
But they also use it
I don't even
to
know.
collect and store water oftentimes to in mud and whatnot to bathe over themselves. And it also has access to their mouth, so they're also able to like eat through it and blah 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 blah. Or not. eat through it, but like drink through it and other crap.
Why do you talk like this?
Why
does he talk like that?
Because I'm blocking all of y'all from the camera when I get up there.
I'm Caron Butler right now. You know, he got banned. Caron Butler, he was an NBA player in the 2000s. He drew on straws during games, and he was told not to, and he would get fined for it because he was setting a bad example for children. Oh. But like, I can see why he did it. Chewing on straws is low-key kind of fun.
Oh,
I may seem autistic, but like,
Parker.
Huh?
That's why you're like this. That makes sense.
Oh yeah, no, I do just straight up
You
have
got
autism. I do
influenced
have
by-
autism and anxiety.
it may be like stupid dumb, but like, I can see why he would do it because it's really like nice.
What are your reactions, Sean?
Anyways.
It's like, if I'm not chewing on this, I'm gonna be chewing on something else.
Where do
else. I
I
get
go
hungry.
from here? Back
What
to
you
like
want, someone
animals and whatnot. Another pretty interesting creature is the horned lizard, and it shoots.
Is it just the horned lizard? I thought it was something else.
Yeah, horned lizard.
He's going on an adventure.
So what it does is it pops it warms up to such a degree that it's able to pop the blood vessels in its eye and actually squirt out the blood from its eye. And it has whatever it is in its blood, and basically acts against pepper spray. And it's unironically really good against things like foxes and coyotes and other stuff that often like to hunt and whatnot. So it's just an extra defense that it has, other than like its spikes, obviously.
Straight in your spine, young man. Straight in your
I have
spine.
really good posture when sitting, unironically.
And you're still so short.
Wild works. Yeah, because my backpack is like 30 pounds.
Look at the comparison. Mine was 2 in 6th grade. Look at this. We're both standing up as tall as we can.
Oh, sorry, baby. Oh.
Hi guys. I'm actually taller than Colin. I don't know what this
Are
is.
you, buddy?
Let's make
Are
history.
you?
Let's make history.
So you guys-
Is he?
Barely. Look at this. These two are like 2 inches apart.
Are we?
No, not even. Colin's actually really close.
Also 2 inches somewhere.
Okay. Colin's actually really close to Parker. Parker's like dish much taller than him. So
Are we sure?
It's your hair, bro. Get rid of the hair. Get rid of the hair.
no, he doesn't stand up at all.
Who is?
Yeah.
I mean, do you see mine?
Yeah, your hair is about this long.
Your hair's kind of bouncy, though.
Yeah.
Is it?
Your hair's very bouncy.
Your hair's very bouncy.
Real.
Shake your dress,
Anyway,
Queen. Shake
okay,
your
buddy.
dress.
Okay, buddy.
Shake your dress.
Anyways. What do I want to talk about next? Something really cool is the hairy frogfish. I know. But its fins are now, instead of swimming, it's more so used to like kind of walk across the. whatever.
Oh God,
And
he's
its
got my
color
leg.
pattern
He's got
and
my
the fact
leg.
that it's like hairy per se.
Bro, I was trying to carry you.
Allows it to blend in like coral-based environments, which is kind of where it lives. And kind of like an anglerfish, it has a little.
The anglerfish gave me
little-
nightmares as a kid. I'm not gonna lie.
That's valid, honestly. They're kind
What about that one butterfly that's like winged? It's like the monarch or something. The wings look like an owl's
When he was
face.
good.
It's something. I know what you're talking about, though. I can't remember the name of it.
You want a nerd?
Oh, that was
Nah.
good.
Like the,
I went and got some while waiting on them.
Real, those are good, by the way.
Oh yeah, the AP exam.
We're not sponsored. But
AP
they're
Psych.
really good.
No, but if they will sponsor me, I will gladly take a sponsorship.
No one's
Agreed,
sponsoring.
agreed.
you.
Nerds are so good. Have you had the nerd roast? Like,
Those are so
unironically,
good, bro.
nerd roasts are the best thing
We
to
want a
ever be created.
sponsorship, okay? We
Please
want
sponsor us.
monetization. I'll quit using copyright intros and outros if we get monetization.
Yeah, we can actually go to like a good
That's
chef
facts,
and sit
that's
down
facts,
and
that's
quit
facts.
being sweaty all the time.
Real.
Just
Anyways.
Sponsorships.
Like, we could become a full-time gig.
That's true. That's true.
podcast equipment.
I was wanting to start releasing more podcast episodes to Miss Pierce's website.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, what was I even talking about? It's hairy frogfish, but it has kind of like an anglerfish. It has a little thing that comes out the front, and it looks like a little like shrimp or small fish or whatever it is, right? And it lures in fish like that to actually go up and eat them and whatnot.
Wait, it's a frog or a fish?
Hairy frogfish. It's a fish.
Why does it have frog in it?
Because it crawls across the ground with its fins. It looks like
What
a
about the stonefish? Does that have anything?
stonefish.
It just looks like a stone.
Yeah, they also
I look like a stone.
real.
Aren't they
have
like the most
really-
venomous thing ever or something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
their
if you
spines
walk
are.
on it,
It's venom or poison or
I
whatever.
think it can kill you. Like, if you step on a fin, if you don't get
It
treatment,
is, and
it
it's
kills
really
you in
cool.
like 2
The
minutes.
venom or poison, I don't know which
Yeah,
one
no,
it is.
Sean,
I
your
haven't
nickel
bothered
is
to look
gone.
into it. It's
It's-
blue. It's like a nice blue, and it looks so cool.
it's
What?
venom. Because if it's
Venom.
okay, look. Alright, sorry to butt in here, but if you eat it and you die, that's poisonous. If it bites you and you die, that's venomous.
That's
Step
like-
on it and you die.
That's like slightly.
Well, then that's the same as like it biting you, because like in a way it's like
That's
sort
like-
of bit you.
That's like slightly
Bro,
because
bro,
if you
bro,
eat
bro.
if you eat a venom sac, then
What do you mean? Snake bites are poisonous.
Colin, don't like
Tell me
man,
about-
Snake bites are
Get a load of
poisonous!
this.
Snake bites are poisonous!
They're
They're poisonous!
They're venomous.
Basically, for the most part, if it like injects you with it, it's normally going to be
Anyways,
venom,
back
but
to
if you
zero.
can like touch it and just consume it, generally it's probably going to be a
I'm
poison.
so thirsty.
For it to like enact. Anyways, because like if venom just goes across your
Maybe
skin,
you should let Parker
you
drink
don't
the
really
thing.
have to worry. But if it's like poison and poison dart frogs, actually the only reason they're poisonous, which I think I've talked about this in a previous podcast. But the only, I'm pretty sure I have. But the only reason they're I talked about it in my misconceptions one. But the only reason poisonous dart frogs are actually poisonous is because of the ants that they eat make them secrete a poisonous whatever across their body, and so. Don't go touching random poisonous dart frogs in captivity, but normally ones in captivity aren't fed like the poisonous ants or whatever, and so they generally aren't, the poisonous dart frogs in captivity aren't going to be poisonous.
I'll hold them off. Don't worry, bro.
It's pretty interesting. So if you ever want to own a poisonous dart frog, it is an option. Rain frogs are also really cool, but they're extremely hard to take care of, and I do not recommend owning them at all. Anyways, what's the hairy frogfish is pretty cool. Stonefish, they have spines across their back, with really powerful venom, unironically.
Watch out.
I don't like because there's a bunch of stuff that I could talk about, but I also don't want to like take up too much time. But they're also just kind of messing around in the background right now, so I could honestly talk about more stuff.
You are absolved, my child.
There's a
Ignore that.
snake.
Ignore me putting.
There's a
Parker
snake
on the
that
ground.
literally moves its ribs to move around, which is really cool. I can't remember the type of motion that it's called, but it looks
snake?
really cool to look.
Where's
Yeah,
the
it
other
moves
one?
its ribs and whatnot to crawl around, which is extremely cool. Instead of like the slithering motion, they literally just like inch their way with their ribs.
Have you
which
seen
is pretty
the
interesting.
models of how the snakes open their jaws? They literally like
Yeah,
disconnect
it
it.
bisects.
It's so cool.
Agreed, completely agreed. They have to unhinge
Snakes are pretty
their
cool.
jaw
We might have to do an
to
episode on
swallow
that.
stuff whole. Unironically.
See, I'd like to do biology, but like that's your thing.
Oh, are you good? I can relieve you of your duties.
There's more to talk about.
Anyways, guys, my turn.
Parker's a little obsessed about himself, so sometimes he just cuts Colin off in the middle and goes on.
Oh
to
yeah,
his.
no, it's because if I don't cut Colin off, he's gonna talk for another hour, and we have a limit here. We have a limit here, guys.
Unfortunately,
We wanted this to be a 5-hour special, but one, my brother didn't show up. 2, Miss Pierce isn't gonna watch that.
Yeah.
3, no one else is gonna watch that, not even us.
Hey, I would.
I watch all our
I'd fall
episodes.
asleep to it.
No, like I watch all of our episodes
Oh
in
yeah,
their
no, I know
entirety.
you've told. Anyway,
Our episodes are really good.
my topic. We're talking about technology in sports. What's that make you think of? Technology, like our unit in AP Lang. No way.
Digital technology.
Digital technology. That was also one of my main points in my braided essay.
No one
Which,
cares about your braid essay.
I mean, we're gonna have to read it on Tuesday
Not if it's too long.
or Monday. It's only 10 pages. Only 10.
Well, Ollie was making his out to be like 5.
True. I mean, you said you were going for 10 or 15.
Yeah. It might be closer to 10 because I'm going to shorten it down a little bit.
But anyways,
I'm not trying to
guys,
write, like-
technology in sports.
I'm not trying to write 10 pages tonight.
Yeah. Tonight, you should have started sooner, gang.
You mean
I did.
add on like 5 more pages to your already made 5 pages, right, Spencer?
Yes.
No,
Spencer.
add 10 more pages to my already 5 pages.
He was trying to help
give you the
you.
layup, and then you just sort of.
Look,
Anyways,
I write as much as I want to. And I'll call it
technology, right, technology. It's been introduced to
quits.
sports.
I'm making a 75 on the
Can you
zero.
stop talking about your essay?
What you say? What? Now's your chance. Now's your chance. Take the camera. Take the show.
Okay, guys.
He's back. You gotta be quicker.
We're talking about technology in sports, right? We're going away from them. We're gonna go on a walk down this trail, okay? Y'all coming?
Oh, we're going on a walk bet.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Come on, Sean. We're going on a walk. So, technology in sports.
We get to walk through the forest. That's gonna
Technology in sports.
Come on now.
Okay, technology in sports.
This is the first time. You gotta like.
No,
pan this-
I'm talking, so I'm holding.
arm.
I don't care. We're flipping it, and we're flipping it back. Anyways,
Oh, yeah, we gotta wait on one ball.
we gotta wait on Sean. Anyways, while we wait, technology in sports, right? I'm sorry, I've been saying it so much, but
You
they
gotta
won't
like
let me
pan it.
talk.
Show him the view. Come on.
Yeah, no, like look at this view though, like unironically.
This
it's
is our
so
view.
nice.
Such a good view.
This is our, it's beautiful.
Especially as the sun goes down.
Yeah.
So nice.
So,
Peak,
anyways,
peak.
it's been introduced for a long, long time, right? And by a long time, I mean like 30-ish years. So, okay, bro. My arms are tired.
Let me hold it then. I'll
Yeah,
have
yeah,
you-
hold it.
I
Hold it.
can hold it.
We're flipping again.
No, because then it'll be upside down on YouTube.
Okay.
Anyways,
Wild.
guys, move. Okay, so technology and sports. So it's been introduced for a while and it's had a lot of effects on sports. Okay, so if we're talking football, which is my main sport, my favorite sport, I love to talk about it.
Basketball's better.
Shut up. So as of recent, they've been putting like chips in ball for like many sports. Like in tennis, when you hit the ball, right? Okay. When you hit the ball in tennis,
Were you forewarned that this was in the woods?
if you hit it into the net or out of bounds, the other person gets a point. But the only way
We can't run. We got Sean.
Yeah, you can't always tell when
Yeah,
the
we
ball's
kinda
going
love
out of bounds in
Real.
tennis with your naked eye. And why? Because people in tennis, professional tennis, hit the ball almost hundreds of miles per hour, over 100 miles per hour most of the time,
Like baseball.
like baseball. But so it's hard to tell if a ball's out of bounds with the naked eye. So what they do, they put a chip in it, right? And what is a chip? Chip in it. British people when they say French fries.
Real.
Crisps.
Crisps. Chips in it.
Chips in it.
But yeah, you put a chip in a ball.
And then cookies or biscuits.
Yeah.
Oh, we had cookies earlier. Colin's shop. Colin's mom stopped by. They were
Can I get to my topic?
No.
Yeah, keep talking, keep talking.
Oh, we're coming up on a graveyard. Rest in peace.
As I was saying, put a chip in a ball. It helps with tracking. Not only this, it helps with speed. Like, a chip in a ball and like radar guns and stuff being introduced to sports helps track the fastest football player on a field, which was Tyreek Hill back in 2016, going over.
That's crazy.
You can't run over 23 miles per hour in
No,
football.
but I bet you I could get close to 20 unironically.
But
Me
you
and
can't.
Colin?
You can't run over 23 miles per hour in football
I'm sure
gear.
if we trained, we definitely could.
I feel like straight up we're hitting it like 15, 16, honestly.
Honestly.
Not only this, but technology has been used for like. It's been used for things such as
Coming up on the graveyard, by the way.
the graveyard.
Do we want to take a stop there?
If you want.
I don't know. I thought we were gonna like cut
It's
through
been
there
used
and
for
go back.
training. It's been used for like
Yes.
NFL quarterback Jaden Daniels. He plays for the Washington Commanders. He uses VR technology in order to train, and he won Rookie of the Year with it. So, I'd say technology helps quite a
I
lot.
would say it helps too, if you want rookie
Now,
of the year.
does this mean it gives an unfair advantage? I don't think so. Everyone can do it. I mean, sports players are rich. They can afford almost anything, right?
Unlike the rest of us who are poor.
Yeah, especially me. Me. I have $1.68. I have $1.68 in my Cash App right now.
I don't know if y'all know, but like, Colin's kind of an athlete. He can go run with us.
Um,
He's really fast, actually.
yeah, it doesn't give an unfair advantage when sports players are constantly earning millions a year. So,
What do you think about house shows?
I don't know.
Isn't that a no trespassing sign?
I don't know.
This is a walking trail, bro.
No, but I mean on the tree.
It is like nicely cut over here and then just.
The
This is not
dichotomy
gonna
of
pan to where I
cleanliness.
pointed this
Guys, we're like
Wait,
so
point
off
again?
topic. I'm trying
over
to
there
talk.
where it's not.
Yeah, like look at this. Look at this one where the cemetery is,
We got,
and
like,
then look
30
at the
minutes.
forest.
Oh yeah, that's facts. Let's come on.
Anyways, as I was
Oh,
saying.
yeah, we're chilling. We're on the last supper. We got 30
I was
minutes. You're
about
not
to
about to
say,
spend
chill,
30
chill.
minutes.
Yeah.
That's
Anyways,
when we upload a secret.
technology, right? As I've said, players have used it in training. They've used it to track their speed, and track where the ball is. Like in football, they'll use it to track whether someone got a first down or not. Which, if you didn't know, you get 4 chances to get a first down, and it's 10 yards,
How far is 10 yards?
Yeah, buddy.
30 feet.
Okay,
But football
go
players,
by breaking, bro.
they're fast, they're strong.
Like me.
Not like you, like Xander.
Alexander, yeah,
Ask Xander,
actually.
he's very.
Alexander in his football recruitment, he's going to play tackle or whatever for him.
No, center.
Yeah, because that dude's massive, but
Bro's
I
gonna be the
digress.
next Jeff Saturday. GOAT center, by the way, in the NFL. He's retired now. Not only this, back in I think it was September 3rd, 1998.
Where's got that memorized?
I just looked it up before we started walking.
He's trying to glaze you.
I won't allow it.
Wild.
September 3rd, 1998, or December 3rd. It was one of the two. It ended Ember, right? Or November. I don't know. But in one of those months, it was a game against. It was. I know the Ravens and someone else in an NFL game.
He doesn't like me.
They were playing football, and that's when they
That was
introduced.
on video, by the way.
That's when they introduced the first
a bit of a
down marker
weirdo.
on a screen. So the first down marker on a screen is like a yellow line that goes across the field to show where the first down is. And the players can't see it because it's virtual, but us as fans at home can see it, and it helps fans to not only understand the game but see
You should start
where their
skipping.
team's got to go and what their team's got to do to succeed.
Maybe when I hit the back of my foot.
So it has helped many to understand sports. It's helped to train. It's,
Can we take a second to admire this view?
yeah.
Unironically, now that
Like
the
this-
sun's not like beaming into my eyes.
Ignore that. Out
our-
here, this is like, sorry, but other than that
You in the
stupid road and these power lines, out here genuinely like so nice.
Oh, true that.
That's a pretty nice view, though.
It'll be
I like
better
that.
when we get to like right there. Unironically.
We could go on a little bit of a frolic session and go into the creek,
Please don't.
Real.
but I don't know if Sean can do that. Okay.
True.
There's not really much to talk about because I mean it's just
Too
like
much
they've
time.
been tracking the ball more. They've been able to track the ball. Like in the NFL, I believe just this
That's a cool
season.
cloud picture. There.
Oh yeah.
In the NFL, I believe just this season they're going to start putting chips in the ball to help recognize if a
that'll
team got a first down or not.
Do you think that can lead to cheating if they put in like other chips and like faulty chips?
I mean, that's their fault.
Like a new form of Deflategate or whatever?
Deflategate, for those who don't know, Tom Brady, known as the GOAT of football,
He
he deflated the ball to make him not only throw it better, but to help his receivers catch the ball better, giving his team an unfair advantage.
Spiderweb on me.
Yeah, but it wasn't proven so.
But we all know it happened.
No, he's the GOAT. Goats would
he's
never
the GOAT.
cheat.
He's the GOAT, but we all know it happened.
Just like Michael Jordan, they would never inflate his stats in his 1987-88 DPOY year.
Oh, Michael Jordan's stats were never inflated.
Yes, they
What
were.
do you mean?
The scorekeepers literally
Shut up,
said that
shut
like,
up,
they
shut
would
up,
just
shut
give
up,
him
shut
a few steals
But
and
the
blocks
main
here and
reasoning
there.
for them putting the chip in the NFL football
Marketing.
is because of a controversy in a playoff game just last January,
Oh,
where it was the Buffalo Bills against the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, the Swifties, the
Swifties.
Chiefs.
Not us though. We don't like them.
Yeah, no, we
All
don't.
three of us, four of us, if you count Sean, listen to very different types of music.
Genuinely, yeah.
Well, I listen to some like Colin, but like that's it.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that big
I mean, I listen to
tree.
some of Parker's, but
I'm not gonna lie though, all of us listen to the 2010s white girl music, but like who doesn't?
It's peak. It's peak. It's peak.
It's
I mean,
low-key
I'm sure
so
y'all can
goated.
tell by some of the intros and outros I've been
Real.
including.
I like the iCarly one that got copyrighted.
iCarly, or
We
Yeah, it
can
got
all agree that,
copyrighted
like,
in Russia.
2010's music was the best music. Just
or the intro
For the
for
most
this
part.
music video, which is "Love Fool" by the Cargoons. Love me, say that
You love me, fool me, fool
Okay.
me.
Go
We're getting into
on
karaoke
and
section.
fool me.
But
Sean was getting into that though.
real,
Yeah.
real.
but
feel like
as
we're
I was
vlogging.
saying, there was a controversial play where Josh Allen, which is the quarterback, the guy who throws the ball, right?
For what team?
For the Buffalo Bills.
What's his college?
He went to Wyoming.
What's his height and weight?
Cincinnati.
I think he's like 6'4". I don't know his weight.
6, 7.
I'm pretty sure they list him at 6'5", 237.
Oh, whatever.
What's his number?
17.
38.
Shut up.
Hey.
I'm like, hey, what's up? Hello.
Can we send him over the edge?
Yeah.
I mean, like, look at this. If we just push Parker over, he's not coming back.
Bro, genuinely.
Hey
Wanna do
guys,
it?
look.
But anyways,
Let's do it.
But anyways, as I was saying, Josh Allen tried to run the
Bro's
ball.
holding on to me, so.
There's the pavilion over there, by the way. This is how far we've walked.
Josh Allen, he ran the ball up the middle. And many argue that he indeed got a first down. However, the referees decided otherwise. Despite multiple replay angles showing he indeed did get the first down. And after the game, the referees even admitted it. Right? They admitted that Josh Allen got the first down.
Over the side.
However, it arguably cost the Bills the game, letting the Chiefs go to the conference championship
This is crazy.
against the Baltimore Ravens, where they
Bro's
would
ready to take me down.
no. It let the Chiefs go to the Super Bowl. My bad, where they would beat.
No, it's
The
crazy.
Eagles.
I think the first time
No,
we
they
came
lost
here,
the
we
Eagles.
went down
Yeah, but
that
they came.
I
it
don't
was
remember
back-to-back,
if this
I thought.
Josh
What's
Allen thing was
crazy is
this
the first
year.
time we came down.
No, it
here,
was.
All of
Yeah.
this was just clear.
And they lost to the Eagles.
And we
Yeah.
went down to right.
It was
there.
kind of
Touches
sad
was
too.
crazy.
Buffalo went
Oh,
out.
can we take a second? Oh, the last time we were here, this was so like
All
kept.
cut, clean, clear.
But you know, we're in Georgia, so like Kudzu goes crazy.
Shout out Kudzu. The
Can we get rid of
plant
it?
that ate the South.
Genuinely.
That's
Can we get rid of
its name
Kudzu,
for
bro?
a
Ironically.
reason.
It's an invasive species, by the way, so don't be
Yeah.
afraid to like.
But
cut it down
anyways,
and crap.
there's not much I
Definitely
can
cut it
talk
down.
about.
Cutting it down, bro.
I hate
Yeah, it's
Kudzu with
honestly
a
good at
passion.
Cutting it down, it grows
If we
way
go more
too
into
quickly.
basketball, which is LeBron's sport, technology, it's been used to track whether a ball's gone inbounds or out of bounds. It's been tracked to see whether shots have been made, because sometimes there's a shot where players make nothing but net, right? And sometimes the net doesn't move. So it's hard to tell if the shot was made.
And they also track like from how far the shot is.
Yeah, they can also track that as well, like whether it was a 30-foot shot, a 20-foot shot, 60.
Yeah.
How
Like
far, how long is a basketball field? Basketball court, Spencer?
94 feet.
Yep.
Don't ask me the width. I don't know. I assume it's like 50 feet.
Speaking of which,
Cause-
look at that guy.
Real,
big
though,
tree.
unironically.
It's been debarked, it looks like, right, Colin? Like in the issue of it, it's very smooth.
Maybe it could also just be the type of tree. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah.
If my
know,
dad's
but-
cousin was here, he could tell us. He's a tree dude. He like works for his county. He works for his city or something, and he knows a bunch about trees.
Not only this, I'm getting back to my topic.
There's a pavilion way over there.
Yeah. Not only is it used to track the ball, but it's used for training. Once again, in basketball, they're like basketball hoops that they've made where it can track how many shots you've made,
Call of the Void is a real thing.
how many shots you've
Calling
missed,
the what?
how bad you've missed your shot,
Oh yeah, I just want to jump in.
the speed of your shot, the arc
Hey,
of your
are you,
shot.
are you wanting to jump in?
Not really. I said not really. I said not really.
Yeah, but this isn't jumping. This is
said
you
not really.
forcefully going.
I said
Give
not
into
really.
it. Give into it, Colin.
Unironically, if it was less clear, I would.
We've been
I'm not
down there.
gonna
There's a stream. It's actually really nice,
lie.
unironically.
It genuinely is. It's probably overrun with a bunch of like snakes and crap.
But
Me when I bring a flamethrower.
Summer.
That's a joke.
For real.
it's a joke, guys.
Yeah, that should be stated. No flamethrowers, obviously.
Me when I make a homemade plasma cannon.
Me when I make homemade thermite.
But yeah,
okay, I shouldn't.
No, do you remember that? Do you remember that 14-year-old that made a like nuclear reactor for their science fair,
Oh,
and the
yeah,
FBI
yeah,
came to their house?
Exactly.
God forbid we make our own energy.
For real though.
But the technology in sports has come a long way especially in tracking, helping to make new rules as well, such as the referees in football being able to review a lot more, such as penalties.
And they can finally stop gambling
Yeah,
and rigging games because everyone wants when their game is rigged.
yeah. But I really can't talk about much because there's not much it has.
Okay, so how does it connect to LeBron?
How's it connect to LeBron? Well, first LeBron.
Cool facts. Are we just
has,
gonna have the rest of it us walking back?
yeah, we'll start
We
walking
can turn
back
around
soon.
if you want.
We're
As a
gonna
gazebo.
walk back when we hit this pavilion thing.
That's called a gazebo. It's not a pavilion.
It's a gazebo.
He's a bit of an idiot.
It's the same thing.
No,
Lock
it's
your
really
arms,
not.
Spencer. Lock your arms.
Okay,
Real.
I want mine to be on top. I want mine to be on top.
Wow. Okay, buddy.
I want to be on top.
Okay,
on the
fine.
top.
Throw him over. Throw him over.
Yeah. Sean,
Sorry.
Colin, you gotta come back to
The
the.
call to the void. That's not too much of a.
Not to be
but anyways,
not to be mistaken with Call of Cthulhu, the Metallica song from 1984, Ride the
Okay.
Lightning album.
Okay.
Not this album, but I have a shirt
We
from
we don't
Ride
care.
the Lightning.
Anyways, connecting my topic to LeBron. LeBron.
Anyway, look how stupid these markings are. I don't know what these mean.
We don't care about the
Real.
marking.
Colin cares.
Connecting my topic to LeBron, guys. LeBron,
We can do
one,
it in this gazebo. We can do it in this
it's
gazebo.
been used to track his stats, such as how he's now the all-time leading scorer in the NBA with
How
over
he's been the GOAT for the last decade.
with over 50,000 points.
Total points.
Yeah,
Not regular season points.
I'm aware.
Well, you have to clarify.
Oh, I'm so upset. You have to make out with.
Okay, buddy.
Whoa.
Okay, buddy.
We gotta
Calm
get the
down.
water. I need water.
It's been used to track his stats. He's used it for training.
I got you.
In ways such as tracking.
Colin, you look dejected.
You do.
That's just my normal face, bro.
No, you were like. It looked like you were like the.
That's
But
just me.
yeah, he uses
That's
it
just
tracking
me, bro.
to track his playing style as well as to technology in sports can also help with nutrition. It can help sports players to know what they need to eat, their optimal weight,
card's
and
crazy.
for their height, and how to build like muscle and
We should let
stuff.
Sean hold it up so he can get a view of the.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Sean, you hold it.
What are we getting the view of?
Me when I block it
Just
with
this,
my hand.
Sean. Just this behind us. You know.
Yeah, just showing off the
You gotta
forest.
show us too, Sean.
You're
You gotta move your hand.
That's crazy.
I can't hold.
No, not you, Parker. We can switch.
Hold it. I can't hold it.
So, anyways,
But yeah, LeBron uses it to track his nutrition, how he plays the game. His statistics has been tracked by technology.
Synergy tracking, I believe it's called.
Yes,
Well,
indeed.
What do you
And
got for Celtics?
Me with my handy shake.
I got the Knicks in 6.
Yeah, I do too.
Not only this, but in online, not online, in TV casted games, they use technology to track where a player's taking their shots from and the arc of the ball, and whether they've made or missed that shot. It shows it sometimes during basketball games, like how many shots from the field they've taken. And so
It's
technology,
really hot out here.
It kind of is, so I'm not gonna lie.
technology has been used to track the ball, stats, and nutrition.
Like we're just walking out.
And
flooding.
LeBron has used that to his
Unimportant.
advantage. Would anyone else like to connect their topic?
Oh,
Yeah, who's next? Who's
me
next? Who's
first.
next?
Me and
I'll talk
Spencer.
for Sean and I guess.
Oh, wait, no, but we
Let's start
talk
our walk back.
together.
Let's
We
start our
talk.
walk
I mean, you can
Because
talk
it's hot
about
and I
what
wanna
you
breathe.
individually talk
Come on,
about.
guys.
We're walking back already?
Yeah.
I thought we were doing the entire LeBron
I don't
thing.
know. Both of ours connect to the same thing, so I'll just talk about it.
That's kind of crazy.
Come on, Colin.
I mean,
I want to feel the wind from walls.
yeah. So the way mine and Sean's topics connect is basically, you know, if you didn't realize,
There.
no, you gotta lower it down. Up, yeah. Okay.
People dare to say my glorious Pookie King LeBron James
we
be
get a
taking
picture of Parker?
PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, which, think about it, and if you will recall, who else
Release
was
the beast.
taking drugs to
Give me your jacket.
enhance their performance?
Keep up, bro.
Holy. Oh, he's kidding.
If you didn't know, Parker is the slowest out of the 3 that qualify. He can't because of medical conditions, but Colin will catch him.
He will.
He caught him, I'm pretty sure. But anyways,
Yeah. Going.
methamphetamine is a drug. Pervitin is a drug. That's both what the Finns and the Nazis used. You know what also is a drug? PEDs, performance enhancing drugs. It literally has
Dang.
drugs in the name. And anyways, people have been accusing our glorious king, LeBron Ramon James, of using PEDs over the course of his career. Because how is he 40 years old and still playing like a top 5, top 10 player in the league?
bro. He's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT.
Be innovating. Like the Finns, when they be skiing, they know how to do that. They know how to shoot and ski. Guess what? LeBron knows how
How
to do it
far
on the
is he?
court. He knows what he's
How
doing.
far is he?
Not too far.
And they
I
be
don't touch
doubting him. They be saying he taking enhancement drugs. No, he
Yeah.
ain't. He's simply goated from the start. He's been there. He's been working. He's been grinding.
Okay, I think we can move into connecting Colin's topic because I mean, like, that's ours. Anyways, I'm gonna go get Parker. Colin can take over.
Can I scare you?
Bro tried to scare us.
Wait, but one more thing. And if you think about it, if we're gonna say he did take those drugs, which he didn't, but if we're gonna say he did, maybe he felt like he had to. Like with the Finns, when they started getting tired when they were skiing, they felt they had to take it. LeBron, he knows he's aging. He knows that. Maybe he too had to take it. Because you could say that just like the snowy slopes, they a battlefield. So is the court. Boom. There you go, Colin. Immaculate.
Okay.
Absolute
Anyways.
cinema.
Agreed.
I'm not even in the camera, but I'm still doing it. Peak cinema.
Peak cinema.
Okay. Anyways, how what I talked about relates to LeBron. Well, it's the same way. It's just he's extremely unique character.
Quite simply, he is built different.
Genuinely, as I said in the very first podcast about genetics, he's
We had to
genuinely
drag him off screen. You remember
he's
that?
genuinely built
When
different.
he got on his genetics talk, we had to drag
Yeah,
him
I'm
off
not gonna get dragged off a screen this time, so that's pretty good.
because he has the screen. He has the power.
I would say I'll just run off with it, but
Yeah, just run off.
real. Anyways,
Well, I'm barely faster than you, and I'm dying right now.
so am I. Anyways, there you go, Sean. But he's just an extremely unique individual, even by like human standards. Humans are incredibly unique among the animal kingdom, unironically.
Speaking of which, not to detract me, but I saw
No,
a
you
post the other day. It's like someone was contemplating how you can like take apart,
Guys, look. Fireflies.
You would not believe your eyes.
No, genuinely, look.
10 million fireflies
Real.
lit up the world
A
as
question
I fell
for you. A
asleep.
question. How many of you have seen fireflies?
actually haven't.
That's facts. You can like barely see them. You have or haven't?
haven't.
Really?
I'm not seen them once.
You can see them down there.
Sean,
I don't know if the camera's pointing at it, but you can see them down there.
Yeah.
Anyways, but
Well, I want to get into that stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, so connecting to that, kind of about humans, like how complex humans are. I saw a post once. It was like someone was talking about how like incomprehensible it is that like a pillow over someone's face for like 2.5 minutes can just remove it in human's life. It's like they related it to like destroying the like Empire State Building with like a pillow or something. In all of it's just gone like that.
True.
Anyways, I just wanted to talk about that.
Yeah, you
'Cause,
too.
like,
Anyways, like
humans are so,
biology is
like-
just incredibly unique.
Yeah.
Just like LeBron is, biology is. He's genuinely just like peak human athletics, and like peak human body. Do we want to cut through, or do we want to walk the entire path again? Wait, cut through? Okay, we're gonna cut through this little path here.
We flank them through the trenches.
I don't know, because we can.
Come on, man, we must advance.
Real.
Flank their weak side.
But LeBron's just an incredibly unique creature. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Do you like make it apparent to some people? But he's just like peak athleticism. I don't know what else to say. Genuinely built different, as I said in the first episode. Genetics, body, mnemonics. Okay, I'll show. What am I saying? Eugenetics. That's what I meant. Eugenetics is like when your genetics are affected by the environment you're in, and they're not like predetermined, to a degree. Anyways, he's incredibly unique, and the way he was raised up and what he does, and just all that amazing stuff. Incredibly unique individual. Parker's up there, so I'm just gonna give you a view of the amazing place.
Man, this is a really nice place. We run here sometime. We need to run here more often. We did it once.
I agree. We ran here once before, and it was amazing.
It was our spring break, and it was like heaven.
Agreed. I think the camera can actually get a good view.
Are you gonna jump or are you gonna walk around?
Huh?
Or are you jumping?
Oh,
Poor Sean.
we're back.
Brooke should have yet.
I mean, Parker did his first.
Parker connected, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
Okay.
yeah.
There's only one
That's
more
LeBron,
thing we
that's-
gotta do.
This has been.
That is the last episode.
This is the last episode. Don't worry, we'll keep it
One
going.
more thing.
The last episode of.
And by the way, I'm initiating it because I've been here from the start.
Oh,
all
yeah, you
four
just
episodes.
didn't notice them.
Just
You didn't
don't
notice
look
them.
back and check. Just trust me, I've been
Yeah.
here.
This has been the
from
final
the start.
official episode of How Does This Affect LeBron's Legacy for Miss Pierce's AP Length and Composition class of 2024 to 2025. You guys ready? LeBron on me, LeBron on 3. 1, 2, 3. LeBron!